Dragon Knight carry, the solid, the staple here for Tundra for Nightfall. Whereas Paravision, they got something a little bit new on the carry position. Well, at least a hero we don't see a lot. We're getting an Ursa coming in.
Yeah, definitely an interesting approach. We see the tiers, though. Super comfort draft, super comfort heroes for Paravision. Grandmaster, Master, Grandmaster, another Master, 4 of them across the board. Very stable draft for them. Maybe lacking a little bit in the team fight compared to what I've seen some of the times for Paravision. But they wanted to go with this Ursa for Crystals versus these tanky cores versus the DK Bristle. Let's see if it works out. Tundra, they have more of a standard draft that I think we've seen a lot of times. Some counter picks coming into play with the Nyx versus the Enchantress, and let's see if they can deliver, because also Phoenix has been struggling a bit. So.
Yeah, so 6 and 16, I believe, is the win-loss right now.
Oh, and Sox is looking really dead.
And indeed, they get the Burrow Strike on, and the both of them. That's first blood for the mid, first blood for no one.
And Whitemon actually uses a blood grenade at the end there, so they end up wasting one of those inside of it. And tag team and those level 1 fights, it's similar to something like a Soul Assumption. We see that a lot with these teams just walking into it and losing a hero. They're even positioned to attempt for another go. I see Ducalis in 9 class are waiting potentially for another hero sitting around up top. And let's see how this matchup goes. Lornoff getting his Ember Spirit again. This time, of course, he's not versus a sniper counter pick completely, but let's see how he does versus no one, because no one has been very good on these spirits.
Yeah, he's been crazy recently. And Paravision in the wins, they've just run teams over.
They have.
With this lineup, is this a lineup where Paravision can continue to try and do this very Paravision-esque style of just dominating from the lanes onwards and just never letting go?
I feel like it's a little bit slower because of the Ursa in particular. Yeah, I just think the Storm can absolutely accelerate things massively, so that's probably the one to look at to get that quick momentum, since he's going to be playing. It's going to be like Storm, Ench, and the Tusk running around and making this early aggression.
You say that, but with the Ursa, are you going like a Battle Fury farming build, or is there not a world where you can go for like some diffusal and start chasing people around the map?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess there's potential for it, but I will have to see what Crystals wants to go for with his overall.
Because the Battle Fury is a concept, right?
It's slow.
And the item's just not great right now. Like, people aren't picking Battle Fury heroes.
Yeah, I'll check for you just to see what Crystals in particular, what he does on his Ursa, because he's a bit of a different player.
Mid lane so far. Pretty even in 9-3 against the 8-2. Oh, sorry, 6-0. So actually, no. Sorry, I was looking at the DK. Yeah, this is a pretty good start here for no one on the first few waves.
Crystals is not, at least not in pubs.
Not played in a while?
No, he's literally just playing the same 3 heroes every single game. It feels like it's DK, Medusa, Morphling, a couple gyrocopters in there. But yeah, not so much of this Ursa. So it's interesting to see.
I feel like I've got to check. I want to see when he last played it then.
Yeah, you can check that.
Yeah. That might have been a while ago.
Yeah. Because overall, yeah, this hero can definitely have its downfalls depending on item build. If long duration team fights go on, though, you can see the advantage of what he wants to play for when he's playing versus a DK and a Bristleback. It's just, is this hero any good at the moment? Because we did see, of course, Nightfall. I think they've said it like 500 times, especially Jenkins talking about Bibidasha's Nightfall ending up like 15-1 or 15-0, whatever it was in that game in the grand finals, and ending up losing the game because he's just playing versus so many kiting mechanics, playing versus Force Staffs, Wind Wakers, and just crazy things.
Yeah, he won a game 17 days ago in a pub.
And he doesn't deviate, though,
It is just the Battle Fury,
into
Blink, BKB, Basher, so the very, very standard build of all.
I think if you're playing versus, like, let's say, Morphling and Medusa, that's when you can go to
go some aggressive build.
But I think without that matchup, you probably just want to do standard. But we'll see.
Yeah, because it's not going to be very fast, right? It's going to be slow. And as I say, you know, we're not seeing other carries be picked that build Battle Fury in this patch.
They're racking up the Fury swipes.
That's 5.
This
should be a kill.
That's 6. That's 7.
It's a lot of Quill Spray stacks in return, and indeed it's too many. They might have been stacking up the swipes, but 33 was stacking up the quills, and he'll get the double.
Seen that happen a lot this tournament. Bristol, you underestimate how tanky he really is. Wasn't even that close to them bringing him down, even though they had 8 stacks of the Fury swipes. Even Enchantress gets burst.
Yeah, that's super rough. Yeah, that's one of those plays where, as you say, they completely underestimated how much damage they were going to be taking from this Bristle, and maybe just overestimating how much Chrysalis was going to be able to do with the swipes. That's just down to the fact that they're not that used to playing with the Ursa in this pack or in a long time, right? It's just not a hero that this duo lane has had involved in it.
No.
So very hard and easy to make the kind of miscalculation on when you're trying to go for that sort of play.
Did he just light steal? I think he slight stole the rune there.
He's done it a few times in his games.
Yeah,
He's very good at this.
I think he actually just did it there as well. So he was able to get the water rune, even though it was being contested from the edge. Saksa, he's a much easier kill. They've got the Wild Wing to drag back. He'll kill it, but it gets the drag in time. So he'll go down.
There we go.
But it's going to be a a fast timing for 33 in particular. A good lane, and he'll be able to farm stacks as well as the Bristleback. So overall, the lanes from Tundra are looking pretty solid right now, even though they did end up giving that kill. Mid lane, though.
It's the mid.
No one
mid
is
is rough.
Dominating.
The mid is very, very rough. I mean, it's 9 class.
Can he actually play himself out of this?
That was a nice little shards, actually, just giving sort of just a little bit more space to get round and stop the Phoenix from
Mid
on top of him.
He's got stick.
He's got
fairy.
one down fairy fire.
But
it's
they got
enough
him.
to save him. Indeed, good move from Saxa. Comes in to help Laurenov out. And yeah, Laurenov, he needed that. Was having a tough time in this mid lane.
Heads up play, though, from Saksa. Gets the bottle refill as well, so Laurenov, he's healthy. And now that he's got the 2 points in Flame Guard, he should start to recover nicely. Some good levels coming out for Saksa, too, even though he died. Since he gets that kill mid, he's actually 4 and change, and 33 can be left on his own a little bit.
He's perfectly fine.
Yep.
But, you know, after they've made that failed attempt, and then they gave a double kill to him.
Striking back. Can Laurenov play himself out of this one? He looks to be in a dangerous spot.
Yeah, he's going down.
These 4 position moves, very strong. So much damage that comes out from Storm. DM will start to work on at least one of the stacks, as we saw there. Will be pushed out of the lane, though, as the Sand King as well. Since the movements happened there from 9 class, that means DM is going to have to be on his own to be able to get that recovery. He can farm stacks very well, but bit of a slower start than we've seen from Paravision in most situations, where they usually just do excellent in lanes and snowball massively. No one is having that explosive time, and he might just be able to find one.
That's not another remnant.
He actually just hangs it. Chains. Not enough. The rune.
Got the setup, and indeed he's going to be able to go over and get the amplified damage rune for himself. Shards to block Laurenov off, but he has the remnants. So we'll manage to get away from the 2 of them.
So it looks like the name of the game is, yep, our side lanes are going to struggle a little bit on the side of Paravision, but enable no one, right? Enchanters creep to set up for the runes, no at 9 class even to set up. Chrysalis again. He's got 21, he should be fine. DM. Will kill the sentry in time, but they've got a dust.
Yeah, he's looking pretty dead. The dive forward, burn him down with a breathe fire.
No one's making a move again. With this amp damage, Nightfall is a bit low on HP.
He's going to go straight for him.
Gets the stun off. No one doesn't want to commit.
It doesn't have enough mana to keep chasing that.
Are scanning.
Whitemon will not go for that. And they'll be able to get 1-for-1 wisdom.
Radiant's
Pass to no one. Might go for the kill, because there actually was a dive used by Whitemon.
Oh, he's surely going to have this. Oh,
The tree.
okay, never mind the tree.
Whitemon. What a block. He's had very good games for this team, even if they've struggled a bit throughout this tournament. Whitemon has been the shining light in a lot of them. 4-4. A 1k advantage for the side of Tundra. Crystals, again, should be okay, but 33 is going to try to force. He's actually not 6. He needs TPs. He'll get them.
We get the shards down, but yeah, Chrysalis in no sort of shape to turn and try and fight back. Laurenov swinging over.
He's scouted. They're bringing more. Whitemon again.
He just feeds.
He just
Okay.
walks in and dies. Just kidding. Sorry, Whitemon. 9 class. He's got the snowball at the ready.
And shards are going to be up as well in a second. There's the snowball. Look towards Saxa. Chrysalis, he's going to be able to get the kill.
He's 6 now.
He can stand his ground for a bit. Further TP is coming in. He'll put the ult now. He's
That
very
image.
low. Can he kill 33 in time? The chains will hold him back. They turn, but 33 gets the cleanup, gets the double. No one. He will be able to kill him afterwards, though.
Okay. Whitemon just hand-delivered.
He just walked in and died.
He did a cool play, toss to survive,
doing?
but 2 times he dies in a very funny fashion. Mid lane to just a remnant, and then bottom also just to a quick move that he just takes way too much damage. He didn't expect it. All right.
I mean, they kill Chrysalis, but I got some money out of that before
He's doing
it goes
good.
down.
He's doing fine. DM is the one who's struggling the most.
Radiant's middle
He is
tower
having
is
a
under
very,
attack.
very slow start since he's been left completely alone with 9 class moving around all over the place. As we said, he does have stacks to be able to go back to. And he should be able to farm these pretty reliably, as we've said multiple times for the Sand King. It's one of the harder ones to contest. Almost catches the stun mid-dive.
Yeah, DM just a little short on that burrow.
They are limiting a bit of his farm, though, as we see there. The sentry to block the camp. He'll ping it out. Won't get dewarded at the 9-minute mark, and he won't get the stack. on the Ancient because of that little mini invasive play from Whitemon, so restricting the catch-up there from DM.
Gotcha.
Sox is 6. Pretty early. See, Ducalis has his 6 on the Enchantress, but overall the Nyx 6 can start to set up and start to get some sneaky kills potentially.
Yeah, definitely to try and mess around with Chrysalis. Also trying to back up the jungle.
Radiant's courier.
He can also just catch No One off guard in particular if he just looks to like play on top of, maybe just play on top of Lornoff. If No One does make an aggressive move, he can get punished because how early this Nyx 6 is coming out. Stacks. Could we actually get a counter if we have a chance to see how many of those have been made? Because I'm not going to count all over the place. Thank you. It hasn't been that many. Which I feel like when we've seen a lot of these games with the Bristle and the Sankings on opposing teams, it's usually insane how many stacks we have coming out. No One will be able to snag himself an Invis, and he is showing which build he's going for. So he's going down the Orchid route, playing versus the Ember. It's good versus the Nyx and the Phoenix as well, too. It's very valuable to go for this here. There's the M. Will be able to hide himself. Nine class, that's a fast snowball. He had the sentry down.
Whitemon's going to be in with a dive. 9 class. He's actually able to walk away from the 3 of them though. Now the backer comes in. They'll get the sacks there. Now No One's jumping over towards Whitemon. They're going to be able to get a second one out of this as they take out the 2 supports.
Lornoff's coming up to contest.
Gotta be a bit careful.
Oh, that was a weird remnant. Did it during the slight. He's limited mana. Yeah, he has to be cautious.
He can't fight this now.
A very quick move. A 9 class dodging the stun there coming out from the Nyx. Very quick reaction because of the sentry he's got. Be able to turn the fight completely. Little thing I will try to keep track of also is I sometimes forget this, but Nyx does have that Nyx sense. So versus Sanking, versus the Sandstorm, that he will always have that extra detection from his innate. It's not massive, but it's something, you know, we can always factor in at times to be able to look for this Sanking. Could be an extra reason why they picked it besides the Ench. Mostly the Ench, of course, but small little things to point out. Whitemon has it 6. They're going to get the D ward as well. They want to be able to take this down.
They don't want to let Chrysalis get as much space as he's been getting down here.
He's getting more than honestly, I think more than he probably should have as this Ursa in a lot of situations, because that's why we don't see it picked so much. It can struggle a lot. He's going to have a pretty okay timing at his battle.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yep. And No One is having, as we said, an explosive game so far as the Storm Spirit's up to 8 galvanized. That Orchid's going to be coming soon. And it's very good versus 3 of these heroes on the side of Tundra. The tower. Soxa gets the deny. Nicely timed. Another power rune. No One's getting a lot of these. They're setting him up for most of them, but he's getting good RNG on them as well.
And sorry if you mentioned this already, but do you like this 9 class this game going for the Brown Boots Aghanim's Rush?
Oh!
Because we don't normally see that, right? Just
no.
Aghanim straight up.
Definitely not just a point booster like this. Very interesting.
Who's he looking to kick?
Boot out
just
the Bristle.
The Bristle.
Yeah,
just
kick him out.
In the middle of the fight, just kick the Bristle out. Yeah?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah?
And overall, I mean, their draft is strong in terms of scaling on the side of Paravision. If they can slow game down, yeah, DK and Bristle scale, but if you can keep punting someone out of the
kick him out.
that could be cool, especially if you're going to get it probably in one of the fastest ones ever, right?
You're going to have doing this as a rush, yeah.
Potentially at 20 minutes unless he starts dying multiple times, which can slow things down massively, but cool. We'll see if it works for him. Does mean that they're not going to have a Solar Crest in particular to buff up the Ursa or the Storm inside of some of those mid-game fights, but looks like they're going to build for themselves, so that's cool. Because even the Ench is also building for herself, as we see most of these Enchantresses do. And there's that Orchid. Very fast for No One. So kill threat, mostly on 3 different heroes. The Phoenix, the Ember, and the Nyx are the big ones that he can target early on. A little bit harder to go for the DK, since Nightfall does have good timing on Armlet. And Blink is now done. So Paravision, 2 big item timings they can look to start to pressure. 33, he has his Ags, so they can look to fight around him, and I believe Lornoff also has Mage Slayer. So both teams hitting a bit of a similar timing in terms of the mid and the off lane and having these fighting items. While both of the safe laners probably want to farm. DK can show up a bit more to the fights, I would say, than the Ursa.
Yeah, he's got the Mask of Madness now right on top of the armlet.
Yeah,
so
but they probably still just want to farm.
He hits hard and fast.
And there's the 4. So that Orchid timing, that Blink on DM, smoke on smoke. No One. Let's get this. That's some nice chains.
Oh, it's a good jump there with the bar and the Epi straight away. They're going to try and burst through 33. No one zips across. They'll deal with the Bristol as 33. He does kill off.
No one dies first.
No one indeed in return with the Quill, so they'll get the kill there, and they might get more if they get the chains connection. And now moving in, Crystallis, he's turned up to the fight. He has managed to take out Whitemon. I mean, he's getting involved pretty early here, Crystallis. It's allowed them to get one, but it won't allow them to get the Lorinoff kill, as Lorinoff has the Remnant at the ready. But yeah, they killed the Bristol, but a lot of damage was done on the way down.
He literally, how much did he actually end up doing? He literally killed that Storm Spirit 100-0. And I mean, look at those chains by Lorinoff, right? The initial kind of thing, starting things off, applying the Mage Slayer to these heroes is actually massive, right? Being able to just limit their damage burst, potentially if they don't have the Mage Slayer debuff on the Storm, 33 dies first. So, cool little interactions.
Oh, down bottom. He's looking for the solo play. No one. Has he got enough? It's close, but last little zip.
So close.
Oh, he can't get him. Lorinoff's going to live, and now 33's in with the Quills, and no one's out of mana. No one goes down again. So 33 finding these opportunities to punish no one.
And 9 class, very likely dead. No one going for these solo plays. He gets punished this time around. Not enough to finish Lorinoff.
Oh, some of the greed getting punished potentially with these builds. When the 9 class sort of halfway through the Aghanims build, it just doesn't have the items to help himself or anyone else until that Aghanims is done.
It's back-to-back deaths for the Storm. Galvanized stacks, we were mentioning he had 9 or something, now he's down to 3 and top.
Easy setup here from Saxa, an easy kill for Nightfall.
There you go, the Nyx sense coming into play right there. Don't need the detection. This Nyx assassin just stands on top of him, they didn't even have to pop a dose.
Never refuse good.
Saxa will tip him.
Radiant's top tower
4K lead now, just off of that, and it's right next to a Roche, so they can quickly go for it on the side of Tundra.
Crystallis obviously has the Battle Fury, so his farm will start to ramp up. Should allow him, honestly, to close up the DK, I'd expect, right? These two heroes probably can farm at a similar pace now.
Yeah, and we'll have to see just how that matchup is going to end up actually going.
Yeah, if he's actually just able to get in the fight and actually get the chance to stack the swipes up on these tanky heroes.
Definitely going to be interesting to see, because now they're going to have to play into this Aegis, 33. He's going to be able to claim that one up. Imagine he buys the Shard after he has this Voodoo Mask. Oh, sorry, he already has it, actually, sorry. He's huge on 33 with that. So these team fights could be quite difficult for Paravision. We saw their double item timing did not actually benefit them more than Tundra's double item timing inside that fight in the mid lane.
I mean, all in all, it's been a bit of
Radiant's top tower
a few rough decisions from Paravision on when to fight in the Bristol. Stemming back right to the laning stage. We had that situation where the safe lane duo Paravision is running into him, and then it's the mid fight where sure they get kills, but no one overcommits, he dies, and then down on the bottom lane once again, got to fight in, overcommits, dies. Now 33 diving up to tier 2s. Surely he's going to want to go in and finish the job.
He's got a hairball. Bang!
That'll do it. I mean, he's getting out of control now, 33. They've chosen too many bad fights to fight into him, and he is steaming ahead.
It's a big problem. Because as I said, even as the times he died, he was able to get those big cleanup kills, 8, 2, and 2. This time around, Sox and 33 having a much better time. We saw a couple games where they've been struggling. This is not one of them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They can claim quite a bit of the map now with this Aegis. See how Paravision looks to strike back versus this, because Sox is continuing to just give some very good scout information. Believe he has the Dagon done also. So can look to start setting up on some of these squishier heroes. I mean, even no one at this point. Not the tankiest on the Storm Spirit. He has a shield rune right now, but once that wears off, of course, there is some fear for him. 7K lead. It's accelerating quick, Owen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No one. So you said with the shield rune. Still gonna go down to these after the chains.
It's just too easy for them to kill him right now.
He's lost literally every single point of momentum that was there for no one in this game. It's completely gone. Literally down to 0 galvanized. I think he was at 8 or so, as I was mentioning from before, but 3 or 4 back-to-back deaths that Tundra's just prepared for him. And Lorinoff, I like that he's adapted his build a little bit this game. Maybe we do see Soxa go down since he steps up past the river. And Lorinoff bail him out. He gets the Yules.
They might even be able to turn. They're dancing around him.
They will turn.
Heads across, and indeed they'll get the 1. They might even get the 2.
Nice play from Lorinoff. Good bait from Sox.
It's looking rough, and kind of the Ursa. Chris, this would maybe be their backup plan, right? If he was getting the space, was able to hit the creeps, get his farm up, But making moves like that, again, around that cursed river area in the middle of the map, that, you know, if you can't rely on the Ursa to try and carry you through this game, I don't know who's going to carry them through it.
They're going to go for Lornoff. They should have this. Good chain stun, so they'll get this kill to slow down some momentum, but yeah, an 8K lead. And even though Lornoff is dying, the Bristol DK, they are absolutely
huge. Yeah, 33 and Nightfall so far ahead right now at the early time of 19 minutes.
Oh, and DM. He's getting caught.
It's just too easy for Saxa.
Solos him.
Completely counters him.
And Ducalis could even go down to Nightfall. He hits hard. Enchantress can be sometimes an issue, but not for this farm DK.
It's getting out of control.
It's really out of control.
This is getting out of control.
Because even though Lornoff is dying, but it doesn't really matter because his hero overall in this game, he's not this carry. He's this like this anti-carry. He's preventing a lot of the damage that's coming out from both the Storm and the Sanking, in this one in particular, because he has this Bristol DK to rely to. So he dies in some of these situations, but I don't think it feels that bad for him. Because his items, I love the way that he's built. Mage Slayer's natural, but the Yules is so valued this game. Versus the Ursa, even versus that Storm in a lot of situations. Since the Storm built Orchid, right? The Yules feels like it has a double function, either to protect him or to be able to use it aggressively. And 9 class, as we mentioned, his Aghanims, he's still getting it. I mean, probably at a pretty fast time, but they're losing so much control.
And Carlos.
They got the Tormentor.
Yep, they take the Tormentor, they take the kill. They can even see if they want to push for the tier 2, depends how strong they feel.
No one feels like he actually has to accelerate a BKB into his build because of these last few deaths. He can't go for the shard explosive damage that we see most of the times on the Storm. And DM, he's 0 and 4. And they're spotting him again in the mid lane.
And maybe this was 9 class's plan all along. You know, it's like, well, you guys are getting dumpstered. I'm just going to rush the Ags, so at least I have that by the time they're pushing our tier 3s. And he will have it. You know, he's going to have it for the kickback.
He will, and he's got Philosopher's Stone, right? So he is going to get that extra gold. See if he gets a cast range neutral item at that tier 3. Is
so
DM again playing it so far
He's got to be careful.
Super dead.
I mean, I feel like, you know, if DM wants to bring the Sand King into the games again, which he almost certainly will, because the hero's great right now. If they're going against someone like Tundra, you got to respect the Nyx Assassin pick, because Saxa is just completely destroying him.
Yep, just Carapace, even Nyx Sense, just everything. Yep, he's playing it beautifully on Saxa this time. This is probably one of the better games I've seen from Saxa this tournament, as we said. He's been struggling a bit, but this time, he's level 15. He's the same level as his mid laner. And he's going to build also toward a Yules, since it's such a good Yules game. Just more and more answers for this Ursa, as DM might even just get surpassed from the supports at this point. How many deaths he's been having, and even Whitemon. Look how many Yules are being built. This is why we don't really see Ursa. It's just the hardest counter versus hero. They've already countered him. They've already addressed him most of the time in this game, and now they're going to have even more answers as the game progresses.
It feels like, you know, we saw it yesterday. Paravision obviously coming in hot with the Necro pick as an answer to this tanky core meta. And they basically tried to come in today with another idea, right? The Ursa, it's an idea against these heroes. They're incredibly beefy because of the power of Fury swipes. But maybe in doing so, they sort of overlooked a lot of the downsides of the hero right now, which I think are just evident in the build that you have to go. The fact that you have to go this Battle Fury build. You're doing this in a meta where one of the strongest, if not the strongest carry, and the one that's in this game, he has a built-in Battle Fury.
Yeah, and everything goes faster. He can show up to fights. He actually contributes in fights. That's the difference, too. He has a stun, he has a damage reduction, breathe fire, and he takes buildings with Ursa. The only objective Ursa takes is Roshan. He doesn't take buildings.
Yeah, and it's not as if we're in a meta where lineups are struggling to take Rosh.
No, everyone takes
So it feels like they maybe looked for an answer, and they didn't find it in this hero fogged. But we'll see. Maybe they get some crazy comeback.
Hey, it's
We've
possible.
Had some crazy
We've had
games.
some nuts ones.
We've had some crazy comebacks.
And especially with Tusk, right? We've had some insane ones with the kickback.
If he can get the blink on top of the Ags.
And a cast range neutral, which will come in the next 4 minutes.
Yep.
Probably.
Then maybe there's a chance to turn this. But overall, it's looking to be all Tundra so far in this game one.
Yeah. They're going to smoke up. They're going to gather as 5 with the BKB on the Ursa.
All right.
They want to start fighting. They want to try catching Tundra off guard when they're not together. Whitemon.
I'll get him first.
Get another.
Towards the Bristol. Have they got enough damage?
They should.
They'll be able to get the 2 of them.
Bloodstone.
You say that. He's healing up. He's healing up. 33 still alive. They could not kill him. They're trying desperately to finish him off. They'll finally get him, but they get team-wide ripe for it, Fogged. I don't know. I feel like you might even be tempted to call GG after you go for a play like that, and it goes so horribly wrong.
They got him, but he did 8,000 damage to them.
Yep.
He did the same damage that the entire 5-man team did it back to them. Vampire Fangs with the Bloodstone combination. The two of them in conjunction.
I mean, just so many times, unfortunately, for Paravision this game, fighting to the bristleback from the laning stage to this later point, it's all gone horribly wrong, and they know it. Both sides know it. There's smiles coming out from the both of them, because at this point, what can you do?
Yeah.
You threw everything on the Bristol. He dies, but so do all of you.
I think they do know that this game has gotten pretty out of control, and I don't think we'll see that Ursa in particular again. It also, the thing, to be honest with you, with Paravision, it doesn't feel like it fits their style.
It really isn't. Because you see Chrysalis on, it's like, what, it's Monkey Kings, it's Razors running at them with the rest of the team. You put him on a hero that has to AFK farm, Battle Fury, Blink, BKB. It's a completely different style.
I mean, Ursa's just a bit of a weird hero at the moment, because you'd look at him and you'd be like, yeah, this is a mid-game hero. But he just doesn't feel like it lately, because he takes so long to get online, where these other mid-game heroes are just immediately online because they can build naturally into like a diffusal, or they can just fight better naturally early. Again, Paravision, this is desperation, but they have to try to do these plays. Just fight as 5, try to catch people split off guard, and you know, we saw Falcons do this type of play the other day where they were able to break people, but this one's a bit harder for them.
They should be able to burst the D.
Chain stun, they've got it.
That one they can do.
Those are pretty decent kills. Tundra splitting up and getting punished. That was pretty shard. I actually thought that was with the Storm Shard, how much damage they did. No one.
So Sax will do this on his own.
He's gonna try.
It's gonna be a lot, but not
They're ready
enough.
for him. Tundra, these kills, they matter. When you're this far ahead, giving this type of gold, especially to the Ursa.
Every little definitely helps. Can they make the comeback, Paravision?
If Roche was up, that would have been pretty huge for them, to be quite honest, because they are positioned right around top. But it is 1 minute until it spawns, so Tundra will have time to be able to respawn. Ember has gotten Lincolns. Pretty value this game versus that Storm in particular. And, of course, the kickback that'll be coming out. Good little punch back there, though, from Paravision. They need to find a few more. Tundra, I don't know how much more we're going to see them fully split up like that, though. After those type of pickoffs, I'd imagine they'd start telling each other, guys, we just need to group up. We can't just let them do those type of plays when we're this far ahead. And Roche, it'll be the thing they go for in about 30 seconds. Ducalis does have a creep inside of it there. And Paravision does have a ward up here. So they do see 33, but I believe they saw the Phoenix as well. I'm keeping tabs on the Tusk. Just gonna keep watching what neutral item he gets, and if he gets the Blink Dagger as Whitemon, we'll find that ward. And they are grouping up. So 4 heroes positioned at Nightfall is separated from his team at the moment. He does have a TP to join them, though. As back to business for Tundra. Grouped up as 4 with Nightfall available to TP Roche. It's up. They're gonna bring him.
Yeah, they could get the Roche and go straight for the push. So
do they have a ward to catch somebody? I don't think.
I mean, they've been cautious just in case Paravision were set up to contest this Roche.
I think they'll just hit the Roche.
Yeah, they realize now no one's around.
Right, let's check what neutral items. 9 classes Philosopher's Stone has just been consumed. He's got the Blink. Does he get cast range? And at the end of the day, also, are the kickbacks really gonna matter? That's gonna be the biggest question. Because they are still pretty far behind. 33 with this Aegis. Can look to force the issue here. And he buys a pretty interesting item, too, on this Bristle
What do we got?
pack. He buys Ghost Scepter. So if you don't 100 to 0 him and he gets Ghost Scepter plus Bristle off, he's gonna kill you all again.
So now, I mean, he's yet to spend his money. If you're Chrysalis and you see that, do you just... Oh, he's already spent it now.
I was thinking the Nullifier could be an
Because if he would have seen that Ghost Scepter, do you think that money would have gone elsewhere?
Maybe.
Just straight into the Nullifier instead?
But maybe he's just thinking about the grand scheme of the game and just wanting like natural itemization. Just the bash share is normal on the Ursa, and then just going for that Silver Edge versus these two could be an option, but we'll see. If he has time to finish off a Nullifier too, pretty expensive. Tundra. Grouped up. Level 20 hit on the DK also.
Yeah, Nemesis
and he's got
curse.
Nemesis.
He's got a lot of damage, Nightfall.
Big deeps.
He's
and
coming for your buildings.
And he's got the backup constantly of this Solar Crest. Whitemon will be able to throw that onto him. And the Sunray, plus the Shard. Eyes on 9 class, really. I see he's holding on to tier 3 neutral.
So
He did get the headband.
Oh, he did get it.
He got
Oh,
cast.
there we go. So he's got the tools for the kickbacks.
They'll see him. They'll be able to scout that out, so they should be very ready for it. And as we did point out, Lorinov, he does have a Lincolns to be able to throw onto one of these siegers potentially. Paravision, they're inching forward. They see Nightfall without the Aegis. 9 class was attempting to go for the kick, but the ward is scouting all of them.
33's ready to charge in.
They're all in the area.
He likely doesn't care too much if he gets kicked back.
No. Likely. But it still is, it is scary. The stupid Tuskags. It puts fear into a lot of these teams. High ground is already terrifying. This adds another element to it. As they're smoked up again, they want to try to find that catch if Tundra splits up.
What do they go for? Do they want to try and tackle 33? No, they're going elsewhere. They see the Bristol bottom, so they're going to swing towards the mid, see who they can find.
They saw people around the Watcher, around the triangle here. Whitemon, scouted.
It's pretty deep.
From no one. He's low
That's a
on
lot of mana. I mean, Stax is going to be able to turn. No one has to put the BKB and zip TP.
And here's 33.
And they have to bail out Paravision, and Carlos not going to get the chance to change there.
Whitemon was very ready, hiding inside the tree line.
He was able to just keep that little bit of an edge and distance against the storm, against no one, so no one had to go really far to try and have a chance of taking him out.
Tundra not making more of those slip-ups, as we saw a couple of those kills. This time, not even going to hemorrhage one. Banners on the high ground. 33. DM is going to hit it. That's crazy.
Oh, that's risky. He's not going to be able to finish it.
Here comes the poke. They see the toss.
And straight away, they're able to eliminate him. That's 9 class gone, and he does not have the gold for buyback. Chris has put the BKB the raid, tries to fight back, DMs him with a Burrow Strike. They'll be able to get Whitemon, but the cores, they're too much. As Tundra, they're diving in under the tier 4s. 33 will turn his back and finish off Crystalis. Crystalis does have buyback available. Lorinov's getting caught by the fountain. He's doing pretty deep for this one. Can he dance away? Impetus is coming in. Lorinov will die. May have dove a little too far. 33 gets the triple, but the Burrow Strike's in. They'll take the Aegis out, and they'll kill off Zach, so they're going to set up now for round 2 against 33. He's still a very tough one to bring down.
Him versus the world. He's got the Ghost Scepter and the Hairball. He's trying to push the limit. He is outside their fountain.
I just BKB TP out in
He
front
just
of them.
bought it. He literally just went to the fountain to buy the BKB to BKB TP. Sold the Ghost Scepter for it. Nightfall.
Oh.
The BKB's there. They've got the pull.
They do.
That's another kill.
They're going to get him. Okay, so the game goes on, but indeed it is the quad buyback that had to come in there from Paravision to push back Tundra. Tons of damage to the base, but the melee rack still stands.
They didn't lose the melee rack somehow.
They didn't lose the melee rack. So the game goes on.
I think I've seen this from 33 a couple of times where he pushes a little too far forward under fountain, but they force massive buyback.
Yeah, it's a lot. They do this once more, it's going to be game over.
Yeah.
So,
how much did they get out of this, though, in terms of XP and gold? I actually, pulling up the graph. Let's see. In total, they got...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, they actually think with the buybacks, it's about equalized. They get a lot of experience, though, for these kills. So up to level 21 now for the Ursa. And, crystals. Should be able to go for this. Gonna go for the Tormentor. And he will finish it off. Who gets it? 9 class gets it. And the other thing is they did get a gem out of that dive, so we're able to get that one for 9 class. Yeah, quite a bit of injection of levels, though. DM also has now hit level 20. I think he was at level 15 when that fight was happening. So, all these little things can add up. Tundra still in a very comfortable spot, of course, but they did not claim a Rex. And no one is going to have a Lincolns to protect himself versus at least some of these Yules and some of this control from the Nyx. Tundra probably doesn't want to slip up like that again.
Well, they're going to be ready to go once more here with the smoke. They know that pretty much any of these catches they find will spell the beginning of the end for Paravision. with the lack of buybacks.
Paravision, they're just sticking as 5. They're going to go for the smoke play again to catch Tundra when they're split, but Tundra
It's
are
risky.
quite together.
They're taking a big risk here, Paravision.
They're going to go. They
Jump.
Lorinov.
And they're able to get the control. They're bursting him low. Dive forward. Lorinov, he's going to be up in the air. He's surviving, and now they're ready to fight back. Sleight of fist, Remnant out to the side, but Lorinov will die. DM's revving up the epicenter. Christmas tried to TP out. He actually makes it away. But it's not going to be the same for no one as no one's gone. He's dead without buyback. DeCarlis caught in the river. They're going to have to try and hold 2 versus 4 here, Paravision.
I can't believe Christos actually gets out, I think with 30 HP or something. It was a desperate move, trying to find them split, but Tundra, they weren't split. Nightfall ends up being able to just cleave them down. 7,000 damage from him, and Whitemon actually doing the secondary most damage. 6k from the Sunray. Yeah, DeCarlis. He's knowing this one is just very difficult.
Tundra, they're ready to come and end this one.
That should be, could be 3 sets.
I mean, Nightclass is going to be back up in 5 seconds.
But he's got...
So the kicks are going to be back on the table.
Is under attack.
But the barracks,
Radiant's bottom tower.
they're going down. And no one for a full minute still.
They're limited on their damage, even with the Tusk kickbacks. Without the Storm, he provides quite a bit as Crystallis.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
He's ready to mess around with the Ursa.
He's got
no
connection.
BKB, no TP at the ready. Oh,
Bash!
Okay, he just kills the Phoenix. And hang on, actually backup comes in for Nightclass. Wait, hold up. Can he do something here? He's going to get caught by the stun into the silence. Is there any way to save him? There is not. He's out for 2 minutes. No buyback on him. They've got 30 seconds until no one's back in. They get the kickback. It's on to 33. He's happy to be in the fountain. As the quill sprays stack up, DM's got to be careful. Nightclass comes in with the buyback.
Oh, he wanted to catch 33 again.
He was looking for another kickback, but again, even if he gets it, 33 really does not care about the fountain.
Yeah, he has Ghost Scepter, so we would just probably been able to survive and potentially kill them. Storm respawning in 8.
And they're buying time.
They're going to try again.
They're going to have the 4 of them. Sure, they're not going to have Crystallis, but they're going to have 4 up. Nightclass. He gets the kickbacks, a good burrow follow-up, and there's no one in with a big zip. They're looking towards Nightfall. They'll get him. That's the Dragon Knight gone, but no one's dead again. Nightclass is out. It's just DM and DeCarlis left for a full minute. Surely these 2 can't hold against the 4 of them, and indeed they can't. DM to go down. This game, it's over, folks.
It is. The Ursa does not work out as Tundra. I mean, honestly, very, very nice early game. A very, very nice mid game as well as 33. 33 and Soxa, they dominate this game, as the GG is called from Nightclass. He tried to go for the big play, trying to buy this Ags, maybe feeling like the game was already in a dangerous position with what they've gone for, as Tundra, with a more standard approach, it looks good. And yeah, Soxa.
And very much, they have a lineup that is looking to do what Paravision do best, and that's run you over in kind of sub 30 minutes, folks.
Yeah,
the question is if they're going to get away with it, because Tundra's lineup, they got some strong ones, right? The Pugna Doom opening doesn't get much better than that.
No, and they get this matchup that they maybe anticipated. They get the Timber versus the Earth Spirit that we've seen. I mean, no one actually did, I think, fairly well when he played versus the Earth Spirit the other day in terms of lane, but then overall throughout the game, if I'm not mistaken, it was a good game for him. As a Decrepify gets skilled level 1 to attempt to save Nightfall, but he is still very dead.
Can they give it to no one? They can.
There you go.
First blood to start things off. He got first blood last time round. Didn't help him out too much, of course, that they lost, but we'll see if it helps him out a bit more here in this game too.
It did help his lane, though.
That's true. The lane was good. Yeah, that's true. Doubled the CS pretty much 5 minutes about that sort of matchup.
And this does give him the stick immediately if he does want to purchase it. I think he did. I saw him.
Yeah, he bought
the full wand, so he'll be able to have that versus the spam that's going to come up from the non-stop Whirling Death. And they're actually going for Nightfall again.
Oh!
There's a decrep, but he's getting body blocked. I think he's just dead again.
This is rough.
Is he going to live?
Can he live?
He actually is going to live.
It's a good job he lives there. He's out of the lane without TP, and that's going to be the first couple of ways that he'd be losing, but they keep him alive. He can get to towering, and he gets to farm.
Heads up there from Whitemon. Have to give him the credit, right? He doesn't go blast. Saving skill point. Yeah, it doesn't save him the first time around, but second time it does. His top now 33. Skill stun immediately on DeCarlis to try to go for the pressure.
And what do you make of this? Of course, this was almost certainly done because of the way the Draft went
Yep.
down. They left the Gyro and the Gyro gets picked, so they've moved this Enigma into the support position. Do you have concerns with the hero in the support position at the moment, or can it still work in your eyes?
I think it can work. Obviously, it's not as strong to when you're playing it in the offlane, but you can't put it versus Gyrocopter. I think I've seen so many games where the game just, you can't play. Like, you literally just can't use Eidolons, and the hero is a lot about Eidolons when you play it as the 3 position. This is going to be just a different approach, right? This is going to be the black hole. This is going to be playing more around that kind of style. And as they were mentioning on the panel, there is some limited disables going. So if they don't end up, saving a Bushwhack or saving one of these spells, Ducalis definitely has position to be able to cast Black Hole in the game.
And they, outside of Ducalis, look at the other 4 heroes. They are all in-your-face heroes.
They are.
You've got Pango jumping in, Spirit rolling in, Tusk rolling in, and then DK, guaranteed to have a Blink Dagger pretty early on in his build. These heroes are going to be jumping you pretty fast.
And they're going to be doing damage even if they're behind, right? Pango and Spirit, Pango maybe a little bit less so, but Spirit always just deals an insane amount of damage. So they'll always have things to be able to contribute if they do land these type of spells. And overall, Paravision, he actually gets caught by the second Whirling Death. Has to be careful. We always talk about the double debuff. Have to be careful if you get caught from the third one. He'll be safe. But yeah, lots of disables as we see coming out from the side of Paravision this time around in comparison to Tundra, who's a bit more limited on those.
Yeah. I think we're seeing as well that first blood that gave that extra bit of gold to no one's definitely helped him have the items to be able to lane against this Timber in the first few waves. At the moment, 12 for 2 against the 12 for 3.
Feels like
he's getting an even trade out of the matchup.
I think because of that first blood, he's actually going to be even.
Yeah.
So that bodes well when you do end up having this matchup that we've seen some players just do very, very well, as this Timber saw. Bottom, this is kind of what's going to happen because they've had to do the switch up where they put the Enigma as a 5 position. The Pango is going to have a little bit of a slower start. And overall for Nightfall, he should have pretty much a free farm lane down here. 9 Class is going to do some fun lane mechanics. Let's see where he brings these creeps. It looks like it's just going to be behind the tier 2.
That's how it's done.
He's going to be able to make them meet in time. Probably not this wave coming down the lane now.
This is
unless he wants to make it meet under the tower.
This could be some funny lane positioning. Tundra might look to even play there as a rotation from no one off the mark.
He's took the slow. He's going to look for the body blocks as well, but the root's there from 33, able to make sure that no one can't continue to body block him, and 33 can get back to safety.
Wait, where the heck was Soxa? He just found a courier. He's able to find no one. Says, as you said, this lane is going to get a bit weird.
There's a lot of creep.
It's a triple range creep that Paravision has under this tower. So Nightfall.
They're trying to fight in underneath the tower with the fact that they've got all these heroes, sort of these creeps to sort of tank the tower.
He's going to be able to dish an insane amount of damage onto him. They're going to miss a good chunk of creeps here, Owen, because of this aggressive posture.
Yeah, they're going to split back away from the tower.
This is smart here from Tundra. And Nightfall with the Afterburner, if he gets a couple connections of these barrages, he's going to be able to run them down. Like, 9 Class is desperately trying to make sure that he gets XP. Dodges the Blood Grenade.
It's very low. He's going to have a missile heading towards him.
Another creep wave coming under the tower.
And they get the kill.
Dead. Okay.
I mean, obviously 9 Class made this sort of creep pull to get them to meet here, but
I feel like they only
kind of added just the pressure on towards the 2 of them.
I feel like they only got, what, I think 5 of the last hits out of, I think, what, it was like 13 or 14 or 15 creeps potentially that was there. So he does get something at the least, so. But nice play. I think Tundra, they just took advantage of best in that type of scenario where they played aggressively around the tower. But DM does get all the XP. That's the important thing, right?
He does.
He doesn't get the CS, but he is up to level 4. So it does get that solid XP, which is sometimes the most important thing as a Pango in the offlane, rather than just getting all the CS.
Yeah, but just absolutely no pressure put onto Nightfall.
No, he's free farming. Besides the first death that he had behind the lane. Nice pull there from Whitemon. He's able to actually do it toward the south functions, and it's a double. It actually stacks. So that whole wave, very likely to just get denied.
Mid lane. Nearly able to get away with the dive onto no one.
He'll get pushed back.
He's going to have to take the ward back to base to heal up.
Does 9 Class have a salve?
He wants to come back in, actually. He is.
He does.
Okay. Yeah, there we go, indeed. As you say, 9 Class making the call. Hey, bro, I got the salve.
Okay. Doesn't want to miss out on that XP, but that does mean that Lornoff is level 6 now. They're going to maybe look for a play onto him. He's got Stick Fairy Fire. Feels like he's fine. It's top.
Ducalis. He's going to tick out. Can Crystallis get that same return here with the help of the Eidolons?
He should.
He can't breathe fires enough.
9 Class also looking to make the aggressive move onto 33.
It's pretty low.
He's going to try. He still has the Eidolons. Tag team. He's back up. And he's got
Nice boost here from 9 class.
just like last game. I mean, very active around the map.
Helps out his mid with the salve and then makes the play top.
Yep.
To ensure they can shut down 33 a little bit.
This time is queuing up the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, no
For a
axe rush
normal
today.
approach. No, I think that last one was probably just, oh my goodness, you know, we have Ursa. Just kidding, obviously. But
I mean,
it could have been something like that.
That definitely would be what happens in a pub, right? If you're not happy with your carry selection of hero and you're playing something like a Tusk, you're like, all right, bro, I'm just going to build an axe.
Yeah. Nice catch, though. Saksa, he'll be able to make that similar move that 9 class does. Gets a nice kill for Nightfall.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dire scan. Oh, he just TP'd back up here, and they are surrounding
They're
him.
ready for him.
Again, 9 class is here with the tag team. 33 is going down.
Coming in with CPs, but nowhere near close enough to being able to do anything to help him out.
Oh, Ducalis, careful. They did see Lauren off for a quick second
He's
there.
got this arcane rune on 9 class. He's just got to TP out. Perfectly in time. Stax is trying for the wisdom rune.
He's gonna get it.
He'll get it.
Tower is under
Should
attack.
die for it though. Tundra able to secure both wisdoms.
Pretty huge. We've seen them do it a couple times. And Ducalis even gonna get dove. Lornoff able to make the play. Lornoff might continue. Crystallis was low. And he's gonna see a stack. He can just take that one out.
Yeah, he'll definitely look to clear that. Okay, Crystallis is going to try and contest. He's got the help here from Noan. Noan's in with the Magnetize.
He's got Nightfall here.
Coming in over towards the Twin Gate. Yeah, just turn and take out no one.
Fast moves from Tundra, speeding up. And Nightfall, he almost has enough mana to just go through that gate again. Very clever movement coming out from him.
Instantly, as soon as they were aware that that move from Noan was coming in, Nightfall, he's basically already through the Twin Gate.
They're playing quick today on Tundra. We've seen them falter a bit in the early games in some of their other games, but this time they're responding beautifully versus Paravision. 5-5, Nightfall shows with very limited mana. DM's got the roll.
It's an awkward angle to try and get through to him.
He makes it work.
He's
got backup.
one connection, and indeed Whitemon turns up, and now DM's kind of stuck.
Nightfall, he's got backup now. DM.
They've got no one here. No one. This time he's in on a Nightfall. He'll get the big kill. Ducalis will go down in return, but no one should be able to continue quite a cleanup here.
Whitemon is 6 already.
Oh, no one's actually scared about going in on towards the Pugna.
You can't kill. I mean, this Pugna might just go kill them both if they're not careful. They get the kick. Saksa almost dies.
Yeah, no one really respecting Whitemon here. He does not want to fight into this Pugna right now.
Just the fact that they get those double wisdom runes just makes a 5 Pugna push away 2 core heroes.
But Lauren He's coming in with a haste. He's been able to find no one, shut off his escape with the Chakrams. They get no one at the end of it all as well.
What a play there from Tundra, reacting quick. No one. He's trying to make these movements around to fix the early game, but he's getting punished. That's 2 deaths for him. And yeah, the early levels, I mean, this is what happens when you lose double wisdoms. Pugna's already having a good laning phase, 2-0 and 3. This hero has been very dominant in this tournament, especially if you're given this type of start. And you can see the frustration on no one there. Getting cut off guard.
And look at these stacks look glorious here for Tundra.
Such good heroes to take them to if they want to either give it to the Timber or to the Gyrocopter.
I think surely just let Nightfall have it.
It takes a long time for him to kill the Ancient, so it might actually be Lornoff who takes it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Because he kills it just so fast. It's just the comparison. By the time that he gets it, you might be able to just remake the stacks for the Gyro. I will see who ends up grabbing them. Whitemon can just keep them sustained, so Lornoff will be able to have that full HP and mana, and I imagine he's going to take this.
Yeah, I guess there's always the threat of them getting stolen if you do leave them.
It also, that type of stack for a Gyro takes like 2 or 3 potential flaks, so it just takes too long. And right now, Tundra, they're on a roll in this early game. 7-6, doesn't show so much on the kills in particular, but this Gyrocopter's been given a good lane, which sometimes is a bit of a difficulty for him when teams are trying to pressure him. Even though they switched the lanes, it still didn't matter to at least pressure that Gyrocopter. DK's doing very well.
Yep.
Of course, for Crystallis, so he's gonna. I mean, he's probably gonna have his work cut out for him though, because his other 2 cores are falling behind. And at the end of the day, too, it is a DK versus a Doom. So in a lot of these situations, if he's the only one doing well, it's gonna be a clear target of what 33 wants to do. Just doom him every single one of the fights. So we'll see how Paravision looks to re-establish a bit of this mid-game with their ultis. They do have Magnetize available, they have an amp damage, and they have Rolling Thunder. I think this Pugna being so high level is just going to cause him a lot of issues in these early mid-game fights, because he's just going to be able to play right behind Lornoff. If they don't get on top of that Pugna, he's just going to turn those fights. That extra sustain. No one. trying to take out this catapult. They're trying, even popping the tag team, they wanted to keep their catapult alive, but it actually gets the last attack onto it, so they can't get too much pressure into the mid tower. Bottom, they'll have some Eidolons, but it's very low levels on these supports, as we mentioned, for Paravision because of those double Wisdom Rune steals. DM still level, or Ducal is still level 4.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Saksa will try to slow down the push. He's pretty surrounded. Can he play his way out of this? This range creep. It's just following.
Dire's structures are fortified.
9class, does he want to try? And he'll get a good block with the shards, but the sharpshooter's there.
I think he's still looking pretty dead.
Yeah, they've got the wraparound coming in as well.
Hello.
There's nowhere to run. A surprise dragon appears.
And he gets the last hit.
They'll let Crystallis take it.
Good positioning them from him, finishing off his Ancients as well. And they finish off the tower too. So Sox are trying to get the stall of the tower. We'll lose it. 7-7.
Nice close start.
It is. And no one, he does have his Blade Mill finished up. He's still about 1,000 gold behind the Timber Saw after getting the first blood and all, but not bad. That Blade Mill is going to be very strong. Lots of uncontrollable damage versus that Gyrocopter and versus the Timber Saw. So he could definitely catch up very quickly if he just finds a good positioning to tank some of these spells, as Saksa.
Oh, no one does. It's dangerous around this tier 2 tower. They're going to try and go for it. They're leading in.
Nightfall.
Underneath the tier 2, DM's in with the Rolling Thunder, but the TPs are coming in. Paravision,
here.
They've got to back off. There's always going to be a risky point of the map to try and make a team fight happen.
Ooh, no one pops the invis.
He's going to live with it as well. They don't have the detection.
He's considering going back in. Saksa is a bit low here. He's going to actually make the play onto the Hoodwink, and he does get the kill.
Heavy hitter.
Heads up move there from no one. He's got his TP up in 5 seconds too, so finds himself a snag.
They get something.
Yep. Heavy TP rotations
they
from
forced
Tundra. And
pretty much the entirety of them down here. And no one. It's like he's thinking about maybe sticking around a little longer.
He saw Nightfall being low, so maybe he's hoping that Nightfall comes down here and he finds him isolated, but Nightfall...
Well, last year there was definitely a chance of that, but I guess that obviously Nightfall's also...
He knew he
maybe
was there.
expecting that, yeah. Just loses his hoodwink down there, so...
And Nightfall, that is pretty much as Aghanim's done, so having some very good timings. The DK's matching the farm, though, since Crystallis has had a completely free start this game.
Yeah. And that, you know, that is one of those matchups that we've seen, right, where DK and Gyro, if they're a similar level of farm, the DK can destroy the Gyro.
Absolutely. Especially if
the
he's
Gyro dies so quickly to a farm Dragonite. Well, I say farm, but literally like a Dragonite that has the same amount of net worth.
By the way, 9class is doing it again.
Well, the Axe Rush.
He is. So it doesn't seem like he cares what type of game it is.
What type of game state. He wants to just be able to get this item.
It's a good item.
Especially this game when they have like an Enigma. They have crazy types of ways to extend the game. And okay. Maybe he just likes it. Just some players do like to go for different builds a bit faster than others. Not wanting to get a solo crest for his buddy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun build. If I'm playing Tusk support, I'm rushing Axe. Sure. If I play any support, I'm rushing Axe.
Sure.
This is my kind of build.
Cool.
I think it will resonate with a lot of the viewers as well.
It is pretty OP. But of course, it's going to take some time again to be able to finish that farm. 3 smokes passed over to 9class. Lornoff, how close is he to Axe? Halfway there. Spirit Vessel was picked up, as we've seen from DM. We've seen quite a bit of builds coming out from these offlane Pangos. This is one of the more popular ones. Spirit Vessel into Blink, and maybe into something like a Pipe if he feels necessary to do so. But the Vessel, this game versus Pugna versus Timber, can understand why he'd want to go for this.
Dire are scanning.
It's very interesting that 9class does want to go down this route again.
Is under attack.
Does he didn't used to always do this on
I don't
Tusk,
believe
did he?
so.
I got to check now. I'm going to check if this is something that he does every game.
He does have his own approach in some of these games.
Yeah.
9class in particular, a very unique player. Yeah, cool. I mean, their lineup does scale very hard. You know, DK, we've seen what this hero can do once he starts getting farm. And he has been getting this pretty much free farm, as we mentioned. All right, Raymond will be okay.
Hard to dive the tower for him as well.
You know, I'll check as well, too. Like,
I'm trying to check, but it's all in Spanish for some reason.
I got you. Don't worry. I'll do you. It's all in Spanish.
Why is it
Radiant's middle tower
Derrota?
is under attack.
So in his pub games, he's doing it as well.
He's the Ags Rush.
He only played one of them recently,
Yeah,
but he
so-
did do the Ags Rush in that game as well.
And then the other one, he went Blink before the Ags, but still.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much a similar thing, so.
Values the Aghanims, which is good, because I feel like we have seen some games where the team with the Tusk loses, and they've lost where they're like 2-3 components into an Ags.
Sure.
And maybe if they'd had the Ags, they could have made a comeback.
It's player preference, right?
Yep.
Some players just really like to have that solo crest plus the buff up. Also, some players like to have the drinking buddies plus the solo crest buff up too. This time we do see tag team in these type of situations since he's with Enigma as 33. Caught.
Lornoff is going to try and see if he can get something in return. They've got the setup with the Decrepify to 9 class. They'll burst through him. A second kill.
He is here.
Yeah, for Lornoff. Get Whitemon, but can they deal with the Timbersaw?
He's a bit of a problem. Is the Vessel enough for them to bring him
Nightfall's
down?
coming in to help over. As Lornoff,
trouble.
he's able to break away with the Timber Chain. They're going to be able to keep this cleanup going. In fact,
DM.
it's Lornoff that gets the last touch on this, so he gets the triple. I mean, rolling forward here, no one. He wants to try and find Lornoff, but Lornoff, he's already out of this.
Beautiful call down. Nightfall landing all 3 of them on top of that Pango. No one wants to try to push forward for more, but can't. And Lornoff now, he does have Aghanims. That was their window to perhaps kill him before he had the Ags too, and now he's going to have it. So it's going to be much harder for them to bring him down until they do get maybe a Yule's or one of these Dispel functions. It looked close, almost being able to bring him.
It was very close.
Nightfall was there just in time. He's being very active. We've seen a couple games where Nightfall is a bit more quiet in these games, not getting involved in the early kills. He's 3-2-3. It's not, not every single one of the kills, but he's shown up when necessary, which is very, very good.
Now, who do you think's happy with the state of the game so far? Is it Tundra? Because they're not
Tundra.
getting kind of rolled over by a lineup that I feel could have definitely had a bit of an edge going into this Paravision, but 17 minutes in, they're slightly falling behind.
Yeah, I would imagine Tundra because it's at the end of the day, it is a 4 protect 1 on Paravision and they have a Doom. So if DM if 33 finds the angles to just Doom Chrysalis in these team fights, the damage is going to be pretty limited. So we'll see how they progress from here. Paravision, of course, wanting to still take constant team fights, but Lornoff, he's just an issue to be able to bring down when he's got this Ags at this point.
Especially when he's got an Illusion Rune in the bottle as well. So ready with the Dispel.
Off the mark with that Bushwhack.
It's just a lot of space and farm for Nightfall.
He's
Keeping
big.
that top spot. He's going to have BKB ready for the next time he turns up.
The fact that he's matching / staying slightly ahead even of the DK says it all. A lot of the times when we see the DK have that advantage matchup for the Gyros because he's like a full 1,000 or 2,000 gold ahead of him. The BKB's about to come out, so Paravision
I think they're going to want to have to fight. You've got to look for
this.
something, get Chrysalis involved. You don't want to sit back.
I agree. They have the Blink also, I believe, that was picked up from the Pango, so an easier way to force engagements. Bucalis, though, is looking to be in a lot of trouble. Can he play his way out of this?
Oh, it's a good sharpshooter hit, but he's going to get kicked back to safety by no one. Lornoff's going to still dive on forward, though, beyond the tier 2. They get him anyway.
Lornoff, he's got nothing to fear in this game right now. With this Ags, he can just kind of bypass everybody, and if he just saves that reactive armor, he will survive.
Yeah. And this is one of the concerns, right? When it came to the draft, Paravision, they sort of answered the Timbersaw with the Earth Spirit mid, right? Which, to be fair, the mid matchup didn't go too badly at all. No one was able to do pretty well. But in terms of the overall game, it does mean you don't have a mid hero that's going to cause any issues for this Timber getting out of control, right?
Not till way later, as no one going to take a good chunk of damage. Toxic gets brought down.
He's got backup. They get the Dragon Tail in on towards Lornoff. They're toying with the idea of committing for the Timbersaw, but with shield up, it's difficult.
And here comes Nightfall.
No one, he's rolling away. They don't want to take this fight now that the Gyro's turned up. Paravision on the retreat. As Nightfall pushes them back. The missile connects before the roll's there, and they're able to burst straight through him. The black hole will come out.
Gets cancelled.
Indeed, the Doom's down. They've got a little bit of safety in the snowballs. They head over towards Lornoff, but as soon as they're out, Lornoff's able to burst through them as well. Double kill for him. They're trying to deal with this Timbersaw, but they just can't. As Lornoff able to play perfectly around the side of the fight, they can move back in Tundra. Look at it towards the jump ball from Lornoff. Gets the triple. The missile connects it on the Chrysalis. Chrysalis trying to fight back against the 3 of them. Against the 4 of them now with Saxa coming in with the setup. The burst is there. Ultra kill for Lornoff. They just don't have a Timbersaw answer at this point, Fogged. Lornoff is balling out of control. 9-0-4. They just can't do anything about him. And he's playing these fights perfectly.
And Chrysalis is starting to do some decent damage, but a perfect stop of this black hole. I mean, 33. Pump fakes the Doom there for a second, is able to get the cancel. And Chrysalis, he's doing good damage, but as soon as the BKB wears off, that's where the Timber comes into play. That's where this big magic damage, this big burst, well, pure damage in particular. You can see he's healthy, but as soon as one stun connects onto him, that's where Lorinov can just evaporate him. That's why this Timber pick was so good for them so far here, as they have now claimed themselves a 6K gold lead and a full separation between that DK.
Yeah, and just again the fact that, you know, even though he's not getting the kills Nightfall, but he's turning up to these fights and he's doing the most damage.
He
you
is.
know, the fact that they have this Timber that's just in the faces of Paravision's heroes, Nightfall's getting all the freedom to get multiple rounds of flak off. And yeah,
and they're gonna
take them down very, very low. Into the pit they go. I mean, Paravision, they've got everybody back up, but they're just not in any sort of shape or form now to be able to run towards this Roche and contest it.
And as you were mentioning before too, that it felt like that was the time for Paravision to look for the big team fight to get themselves back into this game a bit there. They got the blink and the BKB, and he still couldn't do enough during it. It was close. They got to, what, 20% sub HP, but just not quite enough there as Tundra now.
There we go.
With this Aegis, with a full another item on Nightfall too, I believe he's got the small crit. And he's level 18.
Radiant are scanning.
And he just gets free 6 Eidolons. Okay, extra money. Still smoked up, Paravision, wanting to look for aggressive plays.
They can't go for this Timber.
Just get reactive.
Right. I mean, they've got the 5 of them here, but can they really do anything about Lorinov?
He's gonna pop, and it's a ton of damage.
He's ready to turn as well by the looks of it. No one put the BKB in the blade might get on top of him, but another Timber change that they're ready. No one's going to continue to try and chase Lorinov beyond the tier 2 tower. They really want this kill. Can they get it? They will finally get it. But the rest of the team, they're in trouble. The Doom's been dropped down on a Crystallis. Nightfall will finish the Dragon Knight off. And they've got the control of Ducalis as well. Oh, actually, we'll get away with the Invis. They don't actually have detection for that, so Ducalis will be able to sneak away with the Invis rune.
No one gets a massive injection of gold, but they lose the DK to the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, Nightfall's just getting richer and richer.
Yep.
He'll have the Daedalus soon for the next fight.
Yeah, and even though and Earthbreak actually said a huge kill bounty for him, but overall it's the DK who needs to be getting a bit more out of this, as Nightfall is pretty much, Daedalus is going to be done, so he's going to have that clear separation of being able to single target the DK as well.
No one has the music go for that twin gate. Can't stand the risk of being caught by the homing missile this side of the map.
Well, it's going to follow him. So if we want to watch this fun homing missile move faster and faster.
Wait, where'd it go?
It's moving. It's zooming across the map to the base it goes. It actually saw 9 class.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There we go.
Doink. And 9 class, I was mentioning, it saw him on the side there. He's got the Aghanims.
He's ready to kick some people.
But he might just be...
Oh. That's not the way they wanted to start that fight.
Dude, the missile literally passed over him because it was going across the map.
It gave them that intel.
I am bad luck for 9 class, but great luck there for Tundra as it does do that. 18 seconds where they get slowed down. Yeah. Any moments where they do get slowed down feels painful for the side of Paravision.
Are scanning.
I mean, look at this.
There we go. Uh-oh.
Oh, it happens.
What's the plan?
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's going to be the kickback. I mean, this is why he's done the build again now. It's like, look, we're gonna get crushed in the first 24 minutes.
Yeah.
I need to at least have an Aghanims for the chance for a comeback.
Sure. The kickback and the nullifier in particular on the DK, so we can actually focus fire some of these targets, because that's going to counter the Timber and the Decrep in a way. So maybe that could be the next step of answers that Paravision is looking for, but Tundra's getting a lot out of the map here, and they're going to have time to get the Doom back up. It just comes back ready. No one.
Oh, they see him.
Got the Glimmer.
Yeah, they're not going to take any chances around here, no one in Ducalis.
Nightfall's too far away from joining the rest of his team, too. They don't want to make the aggressive move without him. Still 2 minutes left on this Aegis. He's playing confidently by himself. Yeah, Lorinov just is a big problem, as we've been saying. They have to commit so much to kill him. He's got the regen as well. Tundra, ready to fight, still with 80 seconds left on this Aegis, wanting to perhaps pressure the tier 2 bottom. Sacred Relic's done for Crystallis. The 33's gonna find him.
He's straight on top.
He just gets the Doom. He actually cancels it.
He hesitates. Doesn't want to do it.
Okay. Holding it, but they do force a BKB. And I'm sure they're going to look for a fight after that. 80
Oh,
seconds without it. No one will find Soxa.
They'll go for the solo play on Saxa.
Oh.
Say that though, she's going to miss the roll, and backup now comes in. He has to go for the BKB TP out.
And he will be able to survive. Soxa, does he tick out? He dies to the last one.
Just did that.
Can't believe he actually does end up dying to that last one. The Whispers
attack.
of the Dread. The bonus magic damage that comes into play. It's enough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
DM getting a little space top to try and finish off the Zaghanins. Tier 1 tower. The other lanes, they're getting pushed in pretty heavily. It's Tundra bringing both the middle and the bottom.
Yeah, Whitemon's blasting bottom. Now he's connecting toward Nightfall. 30 seconds still on Aegis. No BKB on Dragon Knight still for 40 seconds. So Paravision not wanting to commit for a full kill, a full fight here. They also have a base ward. They snuck this one in. I think Whitemon was able to plant it, and it's scouting 9 class exactly where he's standing. And even though 9 class, you know, we mentioned he has his Aghanims, the blink is still far away.
You need the combo, right?
You need the combo.
And on top of that, the headband.
Has fallen.
And obviously last time, it wasn't enough last game.
No, top 33. He's waiting for a move. Quick blink from DM. Collis.
They've got him.
Can't play his way out of that one. Lead continues to grow. And Gyro.
I mean, it's just this
Gyro.
carry matchup that sticks out the most. Just not able to find the fight so far this game, Paravision, where Crystallis was really able to get involved and pop off.
No, and he's playing versus 2 pretty good counters at this point in the game with Lorinov having such a good game, right? We've seen the Timber tried a couple times. It's worked a few times versus the DK. This one, it's absolutely working for him. As Nightfall gets both of the neutral items that he wanted, of course. He got the Vampire Fangs at the 17, now at the 27. He gets the Paladin Sword, and Lorinov gets more Spell Lamp on top of having his Shivas. As Timber and the Gyrocopter just will continue to be an issue.
Yep. They've got a couple of bigger item pickups now. They've got the Nullifier and the Shield. So this is maybe the chance.
Okay, and how is Ducalis doing
to kill the Timber
if he wants to go for a BKB? He did have the Philosopher's Stone. He's still a ways away. They're going to smoke with this timing.
Yeah.
See what they can find. See if they can kick people back or find people separated. Similar to last time, trying to at least find some type of 1-by-1 sequence kills. Is Tundra going to give them those, or is Tundra going to group up? Looks like at the moment they're going to group up.
If they throw everything down on one of the heroes, it should work. They probably will lose some heroes whilst they do it.
As long as they see the Pugna. Because the Pugna can change things when he just gets the heals off. But yeah, absolutely. If they can full commit onto a hero with the Nullifier, they do have good kill threat. Lorinov, I imagine, yeah, he queues up the BKB next as soon as you see the Nullifier build, so you can protect your reactive armor. You can just walk inside those fights, and then it becomes another element of how do you kill him once he gets that BKB. No one will be given the Wisdom Runes. They're trying to enable this Earth Spirit as much as possible. But yeah, clear separation between the 2 carries. As Nightfall now, the Satanic is done.
Tundra. Feels like they can take it pretty easy here.
Yeah, I feel like they can chill.
Yeah, they've got the scaling potential. And they would have had it as well, even if they were behind. But the fact that they're this far ahead really puts them in a very comfortable spot.
For Tundra, it's a more standard approach. For Paravision, it's more execution-based and just kind of maybe a little bit of a luck factor if they can get these kickbacks and black holes from some mispositioning from Tundra, but it's hard. It's not the easiest to execute at this point. Did he get cast range neutral? We'll see in a second from 9 class. He still doesn't have the Blink Dagger finished. Let's see if he did. He did not. So he took a Craggy. So it will be a little bit harder for him to find those options of kickbacks as no one's going
for it.
Pushing forward here.
I really want to try and catch Tundra whilst they're not set up as 5. It's hard. Tundra, they're ready to respond.
They're smoked up themselves now. The Blink, the BKB, at the ready for 33. They see Crystallis.
He's got everybody by his side there. 33's in. Doesn't find his initial target. They turn towards him with the silence.
Nightfall gets booted.
Kickback. But he did kickback, but he's able to put the BKB and start fighting back immediately.
Crystallis has the BKB.
He's got a BKB and run as the dragon.
That's very early for him to use that.
They will get Whitemon. Nightfall's BKB now coming to an end, but it's still very risky getting up close and personal to this Gyrocopter. They'll turn over towards Lorinov, but Lorinov with a heavy burst brings 9 class down low. A homing missile's going to be heading his way as well. So 9 class has to get out of the fight.
9 class is going to die to that missile.
They've lost the two supports, Tundra, but their cores are still fighting pretty strong. The Magnetize, he keeps it going here. Pretty long, though, one.
He's got Satanic up again on Nightfall.
They're going to try and dive forward, but indeed the Satanic's there immediately to remove the Magnetize. And Paravision, they can get the supports, but I guess same to be said for Tundra. It's just a support trade.
I didn't even see the black. It just stopped instantly, right? I didn't even get
I think it must have. We'll probably be able to get that on the replay.
Yeah, I actually didn't even see it. 33, the important thing was that he held the Doom for the fight that's upcoming. And Paravision, they used everything. And for Crystallis, you could see the second that he pops the BKB, he's like, oh my goodness, I need to run. He needs to be able to do as much damage as possible in those 6 seconds. As soon as he has to run at the first instance, it's very scary for him.
Yeah, just being pretty much just more than an item behind the gyrocopter.
Yep.
Makes it very difficult for him to fight when the gyro is hitting for free.
And Ducalis, he is getting closer and closer toward this BKB, in particular on the Enigma, but versus the gyrocopter, we haven't talked about it so much, in particular in these type of games, but you can just die, even while casting the block hole. The gyrocopter can kill you.
Radiant
Yeah, he's just got to be smart with the Glimmer.
Yeah. They're going to smoke up, so looking to get a bit of a timing here. Looking, again, it's just to catch Tundra when they're split up, but Tundra immediately grouping, looking for the Roche. As we said, that Doom, it is available. Can't write off Saksa too. He just, I believe, finished up the Gleipnir after that fight, so his damage is also going to increase more in comparison to the supports on the side of Paravision. And they can perhaps start poking it. They're thinking about it, at least from Nightfall and Lornoff. See how Paravision approaches this fight. As we said, Black Hole not up for 50 seconds. They've got a shield rune on no one. This Roche, it's dying quick. 9 class. Go scout it. Roll in.
So they're going to stop this. It's close, but Nightfall's able to pick up the Aegis. They secure the Aegis, secure the Roshan, and now they're ready to secure the team fighters. 9 class, he's getting low. The flat cannon hits one more round of it, should do the job. Nightfall blinks in, finishes off the job. They're buying back for this fight, Paravision, but I don't know if there's any fight for them to be had here.
Nightfall's just running at them.
I mean, no one's rolling across. He wants to try and fight. He's coming with this buyback, but 33's in with a jump onto Ducalis. Ducalis is gone. I mean, this is not a fight they could turn, surely. I mean, no one's trying with the Magnetize, but the TP out's there.
9 class is still super healthy. He's getting punted out of the fight. They're attempting to kite him.
They'll get the control on a Whitemon, but they just jump straight back in with Lornoff. Finishes off 9 class the second time in the fight. It's dieback from him.
And no one's got to get out of here.
I mean, they really tried to put everything into that. I think that just shows sort of the desperate position they're in. They're using these buybacks on no one and 9 class to try and take the fight. Doesn't work out.
No one gets a lot of damage off afterwards, but 33, he's showing, I don't need to Doom DK. They're showing they have the answer.
He just dies anyway.
Yeah, he dies anyway. They can just Doom the Earth Spirit, as we saw there, an instant one throw onto no one. They get the Aegis immediately. Saksa attempts for a catch, can't quite do it, but a big win there again for the side of Tundra, forcing those buybacks. And this is a very, very aggressive plays coming out from him. See him just blinking forward into everybody. He has
he's that far ahead at this point. Him and Lornoff just looking to be unstoppable at this stage.
And the 9 class, I mean, the build that he's gone for in both the games, yes, he's gone for this Ags, and we love the Ags build, but it's not really feeling like it's doing as much as he had hoped for it in either of the games.
I think definitely when you kind of compare this sort of 9 class Tusk Ags rush to the other stuff we see 9 class on, right? Because in the other games, he's looked insane this tournament. He's had some crazy good games, 9 class.
His early game has been good, right? The movements that he did around the map were nice.
The tools that he's given himself.
Yeah, it's making it feel like a little harder than maybe he anticipated. As 16,000 gold lead now. Supports continuing to scale on the side of Tundra and Paravision. Christos is just not able to hit targets. He's really not. A lot of these games we did see the DK is able to stand his ground even as the BKB falls off, but this game it's just not the case. It's another catch.
They'll drop a Doom for this.
Another Doom. And do want to highlight 33 with a bit of a deviation in his build as well. Did go for an AC. So pretty cool to be able to tank up his gyrocopter versus that DK as well and just increase some damage potential. Lornoff won't be able to steal that wisdom. But look how aggressive he's trying to play. He knows how...
No, they can't kill him.
Yeah. With the BKB, with the Ags, it really feels like he is immortal.
I've got the BKB Black Hole online. So maybe some crazy sort of 5-man Black Hole.
It really feels like it's all up to that, right? It feels like it's going to have to be some ridiculous play that comes out from Ducalis, and he could just die.
They've nearly got the damage online for Crystalis. He's just, what, about half the gold away from the Demon Edge, and then he'll have the full Daedalus.
Yeah.
And at that point, you do still hit crazy hard as the Dragon Knight.
You do. It just, this Gyro is not as squishy as some of the other ones that we have seen when it's been that matchup, right? He has the Swift Blink as well to his armor. He's at, what, 31? So has quite a decent amount of physical negation as no one.
This burst from Lorinov just straight down to half HP there. And 33, he actually took it the jump, and no one could be in trouble. He has to put the BKB.
Kick back under tier 4s.
See if they can finish him off.
He gets the blink off.
He's able to indeed get out, and now 9 class, he's in trouble. Jump forward from Lorinov. The Chakram's going to miss, though, so 9 class will be able to juke his way back to the fountain.
He doesn't get hit by the flak either. He's actually able to survive. That was super close. Nightfall tried to go for the angle, but he lost vision. Good attempted kickback, but Nightfall with the quick fingers of the blink. Oh, that's the courier.
Oh, that was going for his Demon Edge, right?
Nightfall links in aggressively.
Yeah, the BKB straight away. They're trying to control him. They'll drop the black hole for him on the first life. They're controlling the Gyro. Can they even kill him off through the Aegis? They can't. Nightfall, he survives. They're trying their best to take that Aegis out of his hands. Finally, he'll fall the once, but no one's gone without buyback. They get 33.
But Lorinov's on Crystalis.
And now he's ready to jump in. Nightfall's ready to play aggressive once more as Lorinov gets the double. They push Paravision back to the fountain. It's going to be 2 versus 4 here as Tundra can continue with the push.
That's their 2 damage dealers gone. No one. He gets addressed again by 33. Just gets the lockdown onto him. Nightfall, just so confident, right? He knows how farmed he is. He just blinks in on top of the Enigma and forces the black hole up to level 25.
They can clean up the base.
They can.
He's streaming at the Rapier on top of it all. Nightfall, but
he's seen Pure have fun with Rapier in this tournament. He wants to have some fun too.
It's probably going to close up before he gets the chance to buy it.
Yeah. That should be pretty much the Megas. 60 seconds, still no Earth Spirit. Crystalis does have buyback. He's going to have to use it. They're going to get kickback.
They catch him underneath for tier 4s, but he's able to get the BKB off. They get the Round for 2 of them. He's perfectly fine, Nightfall.
And he's back in.
As 9 class is gone. He used the buyback on Crystalis, but once more it's 2 against 4. Fortification buying them a little bit of time, 30 seconds or so until no one's back in. Same to be said for 9 class.
But the Megas, they're claimed. Crystalis, they're poking and prodding him. A blood grenade at the 38-minute mark to slow him down.
And they could be ready to jump him any time. Nightfall would not be afraid to blink
33, he's ready. Gets his blink stopped by the Midnight Pulse. But at any moment, they could just jump in. And
can they survive this 10 seconds for maybe the chance of one final kickback?
It's a full butterfly coming out for Nightfall.
The tier 4s are going.
Route. The tier 4.
They got to do something soon, Paravision, if they want to give it one more fight. Oh, they're respecting the respawns. Okay. Tundra. They don't want to try and force the end yet. They'll hang back a little bit.
Wait for a moment. 30,000 gold lead. Two next full items picked up. Octarine for Doom and Butterfly for the Gyro. They're going to go back in.
Yeah, they're ready for the killing blow.
15 seconds on Satanic for Nightfall. But anybody that 33 sees is likely to jump.
He's in first. Ooh, no one's actually able to get the roll. They get the chance to get the kickback, but the BKB's there for 33. Now punch him up. Magnetize comes out for no one. It's doing quite a lot of damage to Tundra. They'll have to split up for now. Inside the base, Crystalis, he'll die to the Doom. He's out for 100 seconds.
He's just gone. Well, that's their carry.
The Magnetize does end up killing off Saxa. The Mega Creep's building up.
He actually just dies. They don't. I mean, they're on a DK.
9 class, he gets another kickback. The BKB's there, Nightfall. He's not afraid of these heroes, and Lorinov, he's here to help out. Jumps in with a burst. They kill off 9 class. The game's over. GG is called. Tundra today, they take the